Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a little work on the Sickle Mower. One of the knife sections it broke a rivet, and there's a few that just have some nicks and dings in them that need taken off and replaced. So I actually already replaced those. I wasn't thinking, didn't turn the camera on, so I'll show you what I have here with the sickle section, and then there's also another part on the sickle that needs replaced, so I'll show you that. So you can see I replaced this one previously, prior to this year for sure. I can't remember if I did that last summer or when, but so I put a new one in here. Came over, put a new one in. I think I put 6 total. One here, a couple there. But I'm gonna go ahead and replace all the teeth on here this winter. If you also notice, it used to have rivets. You can see here had rivets. I'm switching over to bolts and nuts. They make these packs for sickle motors. They have a flat head on them and a knurled section that goes into the bar itself. I'm just got a flathead screwdriver to hold it till it gets started, and then tighten them down. So that makes it a lot easier. If I have to change a knife section out in the field, I can do it pretty easily. Just a 7/16 socket and a flathead screwdriver, as opposed to having to take a couple pound hammer and have extra rivets. So we'll be getting this Sickle Bar back into the mower here in a few minutes. Oh, can you lift that one up?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Good job. Keep your hands up now.
Next one looks like it's down.
Yep, I'm gonna need you to lift it up. Okay, we got the sickle put in. So the next thing I have to do is connect the Pitman arm, which to me is one of the more difficult things to do. And I'm not sure that I'm doing it right, but what I've done is I put a ratchet strap on the, I'll try and get in here and show you, on the end it's spring loaded. I hook that and pull that center section back, which allows this end to open up. So I just put a ratchet strap from there back to the frame. And I tighten that down, which retracts that spring. And then that allows me to, I just use a 2-pound hammer and just give it a couple little taps and it'll pop right onto that ball socket. So I'll show you that here. Okay, so like I said, just a couple easy taps. I didn't hit it too hard. I don't want to hammer on that piece and break it, but just to get it to pop over that ball socket. Now I'll release the ratchet strap and it should be good. So the other part I'm working on here, you can see this that goes on there. It just ties back to the axle. And that's just a support. It's a breakaway section right here. It's a spring you can see, and then if you hit something with the motor, this will pop out and it telescopes a certain amount, just as like a safety. So there's a ball socket here that allows us to move around. And the stud that was on there, I should have recorded it again before I took it apart, but the stud that was on there was worn pretty badly. I don't know, everything was tight on it, so I'm not sure exactly how that wore, but I'll show it to you. So you can see here is the old one that I just removed, and here's a new used part I was able to find. John Deere does not supply this part anymore, it is obsolete. So there is a tractor salvage yard here in Pennsylvania. It's not very close, I had to get this shipped in, but they did have one of these luckily. So, but you can see this one, has a shoulder on it here, whereas this one it's worn and hollowed out pretty badly. Like I said, I'm not sure. I noticed it. I was 3/4 of the way done with first cutting here this year, and I noticed there was a lot of slop in there. I tried to tighten up the nut on the left here. It goes on the bottom side of that bracket, and then this castle nut goes on the top side. And I tried tightening both of them. They're both tight. Like I said, I'm not sure what came loose or how that happened, but we'll get this new piece here put in. So the old cotter pin, looks like they just kind of sheared it off as they took the castle nut off, or I'm not sure, but they get it out of here. Washer out of the way. I'm just putting this nut on just a couple turns just to protect these threads. I don't want to mess them up. There we go. We got it started. Okay, there's the two. So we're gonna get these threads here covered in Antiseize. I did dress them up a little bit. There was one thread that had a little ding in it. So I got to file and just dress that up. So everything seems pretty good now. That has a little more play in it than I would like, but it's not too bad, and without welding and re-drilling it, there's not much I can do with it. So let's see if I have a washer the correct size to fit that. I think it'd help to have a washer underneath there. All right, look, I do not have a washer that fits and will get into this area. There's not a lot of clearance here the way this bracket is made, so you need a 5/8 washer, and just the diameter of it's way too big. I'd have to cut so much off, it's not really worth putting on. So we'll go back with the way it came off. I'm just gonna use these vice grips just till I get this snugged up for now. And then I'm just gonna put them on here lightly so it doesn't mar that surface. All right, so that's snug for now. Once we get the top on and get the castle nut on and tightened, then we'll go ahead and torque his bottom. I don't let this sit outside, but I think this will help if I ever have to work on this part again in the future. There is a washer on this side. All right, we'll see how close slots on our castle nut line up here. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but get the hole for the cotter pin lined up. We'll get the camera set up here and we'll get the cotter pin put in. And this part will be done. that's all we have for the sickle mower for now. Hopefully get some dry weather here soon, and we'll be able to try it out and get our second cutting hay going.
Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe.